Like literally I was taking a shower earlier and I was like, what if I pulled this?
Oh, it was so good.
Can't believe oh my gosh, do you see this? Do you see this fur? Dude, I'm psychic. What is this? I'm so psychic. Hello. I know, we're in a different spot. It's because my boyfriend is being so loud and I can't even go in the book room right now. So we're in the bedroom. So you're probably wondering why I'm doing this exactly when I have so many books on my TBR that I still need to read. I know. Whenever I do my August TBR, I'm going to unwrap everything and I'm just going to do the regular TBR jar for a month or two, probably until fall. I don't know, I just kind of want to like choose my reads now. I did the blind wrap a lot, but before I unwrap them all, I was like, well, why don't I just do like blindly choosing my reads for a week or something. And it's funny too because I spent so long like working on my Bookmas in July videos, reading all those books for it. I read 15 books the past 2 months and for some reason I still want to read. It's like I told myself I was going to take a break, but nah, I'm still here. So basically what we're gonna do is I'm going to choose 2 books in this vlog. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to read more than 2 because of my busy work week and stuff, but I do have like a day off this week, so I don't know, maybe I could finish another book. I don't know. I'm going to allow myself 1 skip. So if let's say I pick a book I don't like right now, and if I want to put it back, I can. But I won't be able to do it again. So that's kind of like the rule I'm putting on myself. Alrighty. Okay, this one is number 30. Oh, number 30 is not on here. Okay, I figure I might be pulling some numbers that I already pulled. All right, number 3. Number 3 is here. Oh, and it's wrapped in painter's tape. You know, that means it's been a while. Should I close my eyes or... I don't know. I'm nervous. Literally, oh my god, and I'm saying oh my god because like literally I was taking a shower earlier and I was like, what if I pulled this? Oh my god, I like manifested it. A Curse for True Love. This is amazing. I am so excited to start this. So this is book 3 in the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, and the second book ended off on such a crazy cliffhanger. I read the ending of that book in my reading 2,000 pages for 2,000 subscribers video, if you guys want to like check it out and see my reaction to the end. But basically, with the way it left off, it was like a huge cliffhanger. So I'm definitely not skipping this one. I'm definitely gonna read this. I'm so excited, and this will also be finishing another series, so that is just perfect. Let's go ahead and get started on this. I'm so excited, and I'm so excited to finish a series. What?
You okay?
Yeah?
Oh, sorry.
Were you worried about me?
Yeah, I just want to check on you.
I'm fine. Just reading with ambience. It's a vibe.
Good deal.
haven't changed. I'm still in my pajamas. It's literally 2:50, almost 3 p.m. So as you saw with the clips I took, I have been eating this book up. I read 210 pages last night. I just could not put it down. I had the music playing and like all the Once Upon a Broken Heart ambience, and it was just I was having such a good time. Stephanie Garber's writing is always really, really fast paced. I feel like there's always something going on, and just with the events that happened in the second book, I was just so excited to get answers and figure out what's going on and to just jump back into this world. And I can't really give too much away about this book, obviously, but if you haven't read Once Upon a Broken Heart, I'll go ahead and tell you what it's about, like really quickly. It follows a girl named Evangeline Fox, and she is someone that believes in happily ever afters and true love, and she just wants her own fairy tale. And the world is pretty much basically an Alice in Wonderland kind of vibe too, because everything is magical. We start out her story by her being in love with someone, and then she finds out that the boy that she's in love with is getting married, and she does not want this to happen. This can't be her fate, so she decides to go to Jax, the Prince of Hearts, and ask him for help. And with this comes a fairy bargain, and basically she owes him 3 kisses of, whenever he wants. But, when you hear 3 kisses, it's like, that's kind of weird, right? But the kisses are not really necessarily a good thing. So if you want to know what that means, you'll have to jump into Once Upon a Broken Heart. I feel like I say all the time, and you guys probably know, that this is in the same world as Caraval, which you do not have to read it. You could probably look up some sort of synopsis of Caraval if you really want to know to get into this book, but you don't really necessarily need to read it. I read Caraval, I read the whole trilogy, and I honestly liked knowing like the backstory of some of the characters that are talked about in this book, especially Jax. Jax shows up in the second book and the third book of the Caraval trilogy, and just knowing a little bit more of his backstory and what the kisses actually mean, I feel like helped me kind of understand it a bit more. And also it's fun to know things that Evangeline doesn't, I guess, but without like giving away too much about what's going on in this book. Right off the bat, it almost kind of reminds me, this is gonna be really weird, it kind of reminds me of ACOTAR, like the first book. Like basically Evangeline is kind of stuck in isolation pretty much, and she's kind of being like, not really controlled, but kind of. The ending of the second book really like flipped the story pretty much. So it's just really interesting following Evangeline in this. We know more than she knows right now, so it's interesting to follow her thought process about things when we know what's going on but she doesn't. And it's really interesting because her character obviously is somebody that's more so gullible, she's more so like really trusting, and in this one she's kind of changed a little bit, which at first caught me off guard because I feel like it didn't really make sense that she had changed, but then she talks about it in like a chapter, because like literally right when I was thinking like this is weird that she has completely like kind of changed her way of thinking, and then right after that there was a chapter that talked about like she would be like this but now she's like this because of this, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. What I'm planning on doing is I'm gonna sit here and finish the book. I kind of want to stay in here, but I think I'll go in my book room so we can just have a change of scenery and sit in my big chair, and I think we'll do that. So let's go ahead and get back to reading this, and I'm gonna binge it. I'm planning on binging this, and then maybe today we can literally choose our second book. Hey, it stopped raining, so I was like, I'm gonna come outside for a minute because it's really nice right now, but as you saw, I just finished A Curse for True Love. Oh, it was so good. Like, I was kind of worried because a lot of people were saying that, like, there wasn't a lot of romance and stuff like that, but I feel like it makes sense that there wasn't a lot of romance. Like, I feel like if there was a lot, it would have, like, the situations that was happening, like, the main, like, plot of the book, it wouldn't have been the best idea to have, like, a bunch of romance. But, you know, I get it because I love Jax, but like I feel like the moments that they did have was really, really good. It's probably gonna get a 5-star. I mean, the whole series is a 5-star series. Oh, Parsnip's here. There she is. Here's Miss Nip. We call her Miss Nip, but her name is Parsnip. Hi, Parsnip. Can't believe oh my gosh, do you see this? Do you see this fur? 2 seconds later, she's got so much fur on my shirt. You can't see it, but like, it's there. Wow. Okay. Anyways, though, I don't think I really have any complaints on the book. I mean, it was really fast-paced and really, really fun. Like, I don't know. I feel like people of all ages could read it. There's, like, not any spice. I mean, there's kissing, but, like, there's not, like, spice at all. And it's really easy to read, really fast-paced. The world building is so cool. At first, though, I was kind of, like, worried about, like, what was going on and the amount of pages that were left. I was like, okay, we got, like, 10 pages left. What's going on? And like nothing was like resolved, but it ended up being totally fine. I really liked it. I thought it was really, really good. I'm not disappointed by it at all. Like, it's a 5-star. Okay, it's a 5-star. The whole series is a 5-star series. I love it. It's one of my favorite romantasy series out there. It just feels very different from other ones, you know. I sat down yesterday, read for like 4 hours, got, you know, a little bit over halfway, sat down just now, finished it. I finished it in 2 sittings. That's crazy. I read all the time, but usually I don't have, like, I usually get up, do something for 30 minutes, come back. But like I was sat. I was fully sat. I just had such a good time reading it. But I'm gonna change. I'm probably gonna shower. I'm gonna play video games. I'm gonna eat dinner. And then maybe I'll choose the next book. Or maybe I'll choose I don't know. I don't know when I want to choose the next book. Maybe I'll choose the next book tomorrow. I don't know. Anyways, see you when I choose the next book, and hopefully I'm wearing something different. I'm back. Okay, I have not played video games, I have not eaten dinner, but I have changed, and I thought I'd wear my Jax crew neck. I've actually never worn this, and I'm so sad that I didn't wear it during this reading vlog, because now I'm done with the Prince of Hearts, but I figure in memory for Jax. And this is so cute. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pick my second book for this video. I'm allowing myself 1 skip. So, we'll see what we pick next. I don't know what I want. I think I kind of want maybe something that's not romantasy. I feel like I've just been reading a lot of romantasy. I love romantasy, but I think I'm just ready to, like, choose something different. Okay. Number 12 is not on here. Okay. Number 2? This one's old. This is, like, the first wrapping paper I ever got. Okay. Oh, there's glitter on it. Dude, I'm psychic. Okay, I literally thought I was gonna get this. I was like, what if I got done? I feel like I'm not even lying. I'm psychic. Done and dusted. This is perfect because I didn't want a romantasy. I didn't really want a thriller. I wanted a feel-good romance. And this is perfect. And I've heard so many good things about this, and I have no idea what it's about. Okay, so Clementine basically is a horseback rider, and that's like her favorite thing to do, and then she has an accident, and she has no choice but to return home, and then when she comes back home, Luke is the notorious bad boy, a bar owner and bachelor. He is Clementine's older brother's best friend. And Luke has spent most of his childhood like teasing her, and it's been years since he's seen her, but then she walks in and he is just like blown away by her, I guess. So, brother's best friend? I'm so down to read this. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this as soon as I can after I take a little bit of a break. But I'm so excited for this because I've heard so many good things, and I'm really curious to see if I'll like Lila Sage's writing because this is the first Lila Sage book I'm gonna ever read, so I'm so excited! a while since I updated you guys on Done and Dusted. It's actually been a couple of days because I got really busy with work and my car like messed up and I was stuck at Home Depot for a little bit, but it's all good now. The car's fine. So I'm on page 252. I'm like almost on chapter 258. That's just where I stopped the audiobook because I did start listening to this on audio after I got done with chapter 7. This book is not as good as I thought it was gonna be. I'm kind of surprised that I feel that way, but I thought this was gonna be kind of an enemies to lovers kind of banter, right? You know, Emmy talks about how she doesn't like Luke and her never really got like along. They like he teased her a lot when she was younger. Luke talks about how, oh, it's his best friend's little sister. He's always kind of seen her as a little sister and things like that. Thing is, right when Emmy comes back into town, they kind of introduce Luke as maybe somebody that's gonna be like maybe teasing her a lot. It didn't really happen like that. Like, Luke was like immediately super physically attracted to her, and that made him kind of act differently towards her, I guess. Like, he is very, very nice to her, and I kind of thought it was gonna be different. Like, I was expecting funny like banter, like back and forth, more like, I guess, tension. And there is tension, but I don't with how short this book is, the amount of spicy scenes and how long they are, well, I guess there's only been 3 spicy scenes, but they're like long. I'm not really liking it because I feel like there's no chemistry between them besides like their sexual attraction to each other. They don't know each other. Like, even Emmy states that she doesn't really know him, right? I mean, I do think Emmy as a character is great to have because she's a good representation of ADHD. I just think that the development of their relationship is not to my liking because it really feels like it could have been, I feel like this could have been a lot better, but I feel like it's very, very rushed and there's too many spicy scenes. I feel like if you take away the spicy scenes and add a more like, I guess, relationship development in it, I think it would have been better. But, and I know they're like in their early to late 20s. No, they're in their early 30s, late 20s. But like, I just feel like they should have had more development for their relationship because there's not a lot of chemistry. And I feel like I'm repeating myself. I just don't think that this is like my favorite book. I don't know, because I feel like, you know, we have this main plot with Emmy, and I feel like she doesn't really talk about it a whole lot. And I think the book is just about Luke and Clementine, which is fine. I don't know, like I said, I mean, I have this much left, right? I feel like not much else is gonna happen. I think that even Flawless, Flawless wasn't my favorite book, but I do feel like there was more story in that book versus this one, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion. Flawless is very spicy as well, but there was like more story to it, I guess. And this one, I'm just kind of like, I could easily put this down, and I have put it down. Like, it's definitely not something to me that's very bingeable. That's why I had to pick up the audiobook, because I was like, okay, like in the beginning, like up to chapter 7, like it was interesting, right? And then I was like, okay, like I kind of need like to push through it a little bit. So I don't know, not my favorite. I am gonna finish it today, and then we will choose one more book to read for this video. But yeah, not my favorite. Not my favorite. So. finally ready to choose the last book for this challenge. Let me just talk about Done and Dusted a little bit more. There was a part right when I basically gave you guys an update. There was a part that happened with Luke and his like family. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. And it was getting interesting. And then it like basically got resolved like that at the end. And it felt really out of place. And I was like, why did that even happen? That was like kind of something that I was looking forward to. I was a little disappointed about that. I was like, well, what was the point of putting it in the book? I don't know. Anyways, I don't know what I'm going to rate this. I definitely need to think about it, but it definitely wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, unfortunately. There's that, and it's finished and it's done. It's done and dusted, so that was a stupid joke. So now we're going to choose the final book for this video, and I'm so excited, but also like really nervous because I don't know what I want to read. I feel like Done and Dusted really made me not want to read another like romance, like specifically romance. I would be down for another romantasy. I don't know. I feel like Done and Dusted kind of put me, it didn't really make me excited to read again, if that makes sense. I don't know. But I'm just gonna hope that this one is a good one, whatever it may be. We don't have that many left, so, and they're all so out of order. I'm so sorry. Number 5. It looks bigger. Okay, what could this be? I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look. I'm gonna do it like my TBR and not look. Okay. It feels really big. Oh my god. Wait, what is this? Wait, it's got this thing. What is this? Oh! I'm so psychic. I literally wanted this. Yes! Oh my god, wait. I'm so down. I'm so excited. Okay, Legendborn. I've heard so many good things. I got really excited. I need to calm down. I was so excited to read this. Okay, guys, this is like a new like trilogy that just came out, and it's a YA book. I don't know if it's a romantasy or not, but it says after her mother dies in an accident, 16-year-old Bree Matthews wants nothing more to do with her family memories or childhood home. A residential program for bright high schoolers at the UNC Chapel Hill seems like the perfect escape until Bree witnesses a magical attack her very first night on campus, a flying demon feeding on human energies. So it says a secret society of so-called Legendborn students that hunt the creatures down, and a mysterious teenage mage who calls himself a Merlin and who attempts and fails to wipe Bree's memory of everything she saw. The mage's failure reveals Bree's own unique magic and buried memory with a hidden connection. The night her mother died, another Merlin was at the hospital. Now that Bree knows there's more to her mother's death than on the police report, she'll do whatever it takes to find out the truth, even if it means infiltrating the Legendborn as one of their initiates. I've heard so many good things, and it's YA, so I think it'll be really, really good. I'm so excited for this, you guys. You have no idea. I feel like this is exactly what I needed, especially after Done and Dusted. I was so excited. I will say, even though I didn't absolutely love Done and Dusted, I will get the second book because that one is about, I think, Teddy and Gus. And that one seems pretty interesting. And I also feel like the third one will be good. I'm not sure, but I just didn't love Done and Dusted. So, but regardless, I'm so excited. I told you it's been like 2 weeks since I've updated you guys on this reading vlog. It's a little bit of an update. I am on page 349, chapter 38, and this is a very long book. I didn't realize how long it was, and also the font is very, very small, which is totally fine. I am really enjoying this book so far. I think the magic system is very, very interesting. However, it is very confusing. It's like a YA book, YA fantasy. There's romance in it, but it's definitely more of a side plot. So I would consider it as more of a YA fantasy with a side plot of romance. What has happened, and I will try to explain this in the best way possible, because there are things that I truly don't understand in this book, but I'm like thoroughly enjoying it still, if that makes sense, even though I'm not understanding a lot of the magic system. Okay, so we have this main character named Bree, and when she was younger, her mom was killed in a car accident, is what she was told. And the police are being very vague and weird and very disrespectful towards Bree and her father. That was the prologue. That was what the prologue was about. And I tabbed the beginning of the prologue. My father asks questions, signs his name, blinks, breathes, nods. I wonder how he is functioning. My mother's life has stopped. Shouldn't everything and everyone stop living too? And then along with that, before Bree's mother had passed away, her and her mother got into an argument because Bree really wanted to attend Carolina Chapel Hill School. I don't know what it's called. I'm sorry. UNC Chapel Hill. Her mom really did not want her to attend this school for whatever reason, so they were arguing about that before she passed. So her mom passed while they were still in an argument. So then that leaves Bree feeling not only distraught that she lost her mother, but distraught that they had not a great conversation before she passed away. First night that she goes to this school, she sees a flying demon feeding on human energies. And immediately Bree is thrown off because she can see this thing called ether, I believe. It's like this glowing green, I think it's green. See, I don't remember, but it's like this glowing energy that surrounds this magical being, and so far only like supernatural people can see these people. And eventually she finds herself entering a secret society called Legendborn, which is at this school. So it's kind of like giving a little bit of dark academia in that way, because they're still attending school, but there is this secret society underlayer as well that people don't know about. And immediately this character named Nick meets Bree, and he's intrigued by her, and he had left the Legendborn secret society because he didn't want to be a part of it, even though he is a big part of the Legendborn. Like, his role in it is very strong because of his ancestry, and the ancestry is very important to this book too, and I am going to try and explain it by reading the back. Okay, so Bree recruits Nick, a self-exiled Legendborn with his own grudge against the group, and their reluctant partnership pulls them deeper into the society's secrets and closer to each other. But when the Legendborn reveal themselves as the descendants of King Arthur's knights and explain that a magical war is coming, Bree has to decide how far she'll go for the truth and whether she should use her magic to take the society down or join the fight. So that's a big part of it, is like the King Arthur's knights and descendants and ancestry, which that part I don't really understand. What it sounds like is that if Nick is called, if his ancestry is called, and it's like the 6-1, then the war will happen. It's called Camden. It's not Camden. So we're learning a lot about the magic system and the world. And Bree also, the thing too is that her dad, Bree's dad, decides to sign her up for therapy, and this therapist that she's assigned knew her mother, and so she explains to her what her mom kind of was. And it makes me wonder if her dad knows anything, like, because Bree's dad kind of acts like that he doesn't know what's going on at all. Like, as far as he knows, there's no magical beings whatsoever. And I feel like that's like a coincidence that he assigned Bree this specific therapist, because she knows all this magical stuff and she's kind of part of that world. So that's really interesting. It's very much about the ancestry of Bree as well, because she's able to go back and like talk to her ancestors. It's a lot, okay? Like it is a lot, but it's very, very interesting. So basically what it sounds like is that the therapist person is kind of like, I don't know if you should trust the Legendborn, right? So Bree is trying to decide for herself, does she want to continue on and being a part of this society called Legendborn and be like kind of closer to Nick to find out, because basically she's wanting to find out what happened to her mother. She got memories and just a very strong feeling that the way her mother died was not as it seemed, and she thinks that it was part of something bigger. And I really love the character Bree. I love everything she represents, and I love reading her internal monologue about things and kind of like how society treats her. And it's very interesting, and obviously like parts of this book really irritated me on how they treated Bree. Like literally there was this scene where there were these old ladies and they were like being so rude, and I was so angry for her, but she like stood up to them, and I was just like so proud of her for that. And I really like her as a character. I also definitely like that she's obviously like always been a regular like person, just living life like as if there's no magic in the world. So when she learns of these like powers and all this and like the secret society and all this stuff, she is like shaken, like visibly shaken, and she just does not understand. And I like that, because sometimes in books when you take a modern world and you put powers into it, and then the people kind of act like, oh okay, like this is it, right? But she's acting like how I feel like a lot of people would act, like this is not real, like what is going on, like she's freaking out. And like I said, I think this world and this magic system is very, very unique. I haven't read anything like it before. It does feel a little overwhelming at times though, and I have had to listen to the audiobook for this too, because I feel like sometimes I can comprehend things a little better when I'm listening to the audiobook. And I've been like thoroughly enjoying this book. I think the only thing is just, like I said, the magic system kind of confuses me, but I like it. There's like trials, there's like a little bit of romance, there's like all these cool cast of characters. Like I said, I feel like I'm repeating myself. I haven't read anything like this before, and it's been so good. And yeah, I will give you guys more updates, and hopefully I will get to it more. I'm so excited to finish this up and see how this book ends. I'm just so curious on what's gonna happen. As you just saw, I finished Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. It was really good, and a lot was happening towards the end. Things happened that I didn't expect, and now we're at a part in the story that is just crazy. Like a big battle is basically going to happen. There's been some character reveals. It was kind of crazy. I definitely didn't expect the thing that happened to happen. It's just very interesting. Even so, this is not a 5-star. I did think at first it was going to be a 5-star. I don't know what I'm gonna rate it, but it's definitely around the 4-star range. I think the biggest thing was just the magic system that kind of had me confused. But as I kept reading, oh, it's thundering. I don't know if you guys heard that. It's thundering outside. But the magic system still confused me. But as I kept reading, it started to make more sense. But I do kind of wish that it was more, not simplified, but kind of, just because it was a little hard to understand. But I definitely loved our main character, and I loved how important ancestry was in this book, and just reading about like the descendants of like King Arthur and the Scions and the ancestry is just very, very interesting. The magic system in general and the ancestry sets this book apart from a bunch of other books. I really, really liked it, and it's definitely one that I'm going to continue to think about because it felt very different. The other 2 books I read in this video, I'll quickly go through them just a little bit. I read Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. As I said before, it was not my favorite romance book. Like, it was cute. I don't remember exactly what I said, not gonna lie, because I filmed this like 2 weeks ago. I feel like it could have been a little longer to give us a little bit more time to get to know the characters, and I definitely feel like the relationship between Clementine and Luke was like a little bit too like rushed, because it just seemed like that Luke suddenly was like interested in Clementine even though he knew her for so long, but it just felt very like rushed. That leaves us to the last book I read in this video, A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber. This of course was a 5-star. This was so good. This is one of my favorite book series of all time. All the books in this series are 5 stars. I just love Evangeline and Jax. I do wish that there was a little bit more romance, of course, but I feel like it made sense though. With what happened in the book, I think it made sense for there not to be as much romance. Had a really good ending and I really enjoyed it. And honestly, Stephanie Garber is such a great writer and I definitely want to check out more of her books. I think she wrote a new one. I think it's called The Alchemy of Secrets or something. I definitely want to pick that up at some point and see what it's about, because I just love her writing so much. It's just very fast-paced, quick and easy, and like simple to understand, and I really enjoyed the book. So with that, these are the 3 books I read in today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to film another video for you guys very soon. I definitely have some ideas, but this was so fun. I absolutely loved doing this video, and I'm so happy with the choices that we had in this video, even though like Done and Dusted wasn't my favorite. I definitely wanted to read it and see what was going on, but really all these books, I really wanted to read them and start on them and see what the hype is all about, and I definitely understand the hype, definitely with Legendborn. It was just a very interesting book, and I cannot wait to start the second one. I'm really excited. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye!